this is like the last thing here. I wanted to make sure that I covered as much as possible with everything that has happened with the tragedy that has happened in Buffalo, New York. I will start by saying thoughts and prayers, my condolences to every single person that was affected by that shooting. Um, those who have to live with that experience in their head, who have survived, um, my prayers are at the utmost for you. Um, it's crazy that you have to live with that traumatic experience in your life. I'm so sorry it happened to you because of POS coward who decided to come to a grocery store and just do things to innocent people and innocent people of color at that. So, um, the news is going to just exploit the entire situation, spend about 6 months, do 21,000 think pieces, uh, go and exploit Buffalo, New York, interview every single family member, even the family of the person who did the monstrosity and evil deed to innocent people of color. They're gonna just exploit it. And I think what you should do is just sit back and just let me just go through as much as I can. But first, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just talk about something: racial trauma. Racial trauma or race based traumatic stress refers to the mental and emotional injury caused by encounters with racial bias and ethnic discrimination, racism, and hate crimes. Any individual that has experienced an emotionally painful, sudden, and uncontrollable racist encounter is at risk of suffering a race based traumatic stress injury. In the U.S., black, indigenous people of color are most vulnerable due to living under a system of white supremacy. Experiences of race based discrimination can have detrimental psychological impacts on individuals and their wider communities. In some individuals, prolonged incidents of racism can lead to symptoms like those experienced with post traumatic stress disorder. This can look like depression, anger, reoccurring thoughts of the event, physical reaction, headaches, chest pains, insomnia, hypervigilance, low self esteem, and mentally distancing from the traumatic events. Some or all of these symptoms may be present in someone with RBTS, and symptoms can look different across different cultural groups. It is important to note that, unlike PTSD, RBTS is not considered a mental health disorder. RBTS is a mental injury that can occur as the result of living within a racist system or experiencing events of racism. Where does it come from? Racialized trauma can come directly from other people or can be experienced within a wider system. It can come as a result of a direct experience where racism is enacted on you vicariously, such as where you see videos of other people facing racism and or transmitted intergenerationally. Trigger warning. Okay, so now that I got that out the way, I'm now going to be speaking on and covering all that I can about the events that have happened during the Buffalo mass shooting tragedy. So it says the suspect, which is a white 18-year-old named Peyton Gendron from Conklin, New York, was identified as the suspected shooter who left 10 dead and 3 wounded at a supermarket in Buffalo on Saturday. Okay. It says the suspect live streamed the shooting on Twitch. Twitch, the live streaming site owned by Amazon, told the New York Times on Sunday that the video was taken down within 2 minutes of the violence starting. Copies and screenshots taken from the broadcast, however, are circulating online. The shooter wore tactical gear, including a bulletproof vest, and used a semi-automatic rifle during the attack, police said Saturday. A supermarket security guard, Aaron Salter, fired at the shooter as he entered the store, but the shots did not penetrate the body armor. Salter, a retired Buffalo officer, was later killed. The rifle used in the attack had a racial epithet scrolled on it, and the number 14, a white supremacist numeric symbol. The rifle was purchased this year from a vintage gun store near the suspect's hometown, the owner of the gun shop confirmed. The suspect drove over 200 miles for the attack. Now, I'm just going to stop right here. This guy drove 200 miles just to get to Buffalo to do these horrific things to these people. Why the bother? Why the bother? Why don't you just hurt yourself? Hurt yourself. Like hurt yourself instead of going and hurting innocent people, bro. Hurt yourself. Why be a POS and be a coward and go hurt and hurt innocent black people, bro? Like, and then and then like I said, the media is gonna be, oh yeah, he has a mental disability. Oh yeah, he mental traumatic pain. Knock this bull off. Knock it off. Knock it off already, bro. He was in the right mind. He drove 200 miles. If somebody has a mental incapacity, do you think they would drive 200 miles to do something like this? I don't think so. I think y'all are scrumming up on BS. That's what it sounds like. But anyways, let me continue reading. Law enforcement officials said Saturday that the alleged shooter drove over 200 miles from Conklin to Buffalo and specifically targeted a grocery store in a predominantly black neighborhood. 11 of the 13 people were black that he shot. Buffalo Police Commissioner Josh Gramalica told ABC on Sunday that the suspect was in Buffalo a day before the shooting to scope out the supermarket. On Monday, Gramalica said it's now believed the suspect was in Buffalo in March, not just the day before the shooting. So not only was he there the day before the shooting, he was there, what is that, a month prior? Like maybe 2 months prior? Wow. Buffalo police on Monday also confirmed the suspect remains incarcerated in a segregated unit aside from the general population for his safety. The police also confirmed the suspect is on suicide watch and undergoing physical and mental evaluation. Physical and mental evaluation. Oh my goodness, bro. This is a joke. This is a joke, man. And then when they catch the guy, they don't do nothing to him. Like, come on, man. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, bro. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. The suspect allegedly published racist writings before the attack. The police commissioner told reporters on Sunday that the state and federal officials had sought warrants for the suspect's home and vehicle, as well as computers and phones, to obtain details about his online activities. Erie County District Attorney John Flynn declined to comment at a Saturday news conference on whether the suspect authorized authored a 180-page scree post to the online forum 4chan before the shooting, which repeatedly cited the racist and anti-immigrant white replacement theory as motive for the attack. Now, let's look up white replacement theory real quick. Let me look it up. Let's look it up. Let's look up white replacement theory. White replacement theory. Let's just look this up. What is this white replacement theory? Let's look this up. Let's look it up. What is it? What is the great replacement theory? What is it? Let's look it up. What is the great replacement theory? In short, the great replacement is a conspiracy theory that states that non-white individuals are being brought into the United States and other Western countries to replace white voters to achieve a political agenda. It is often touted by anti-immigration groups, white supremacists, and others, according to the National Immigration Forum. White supremacists argue that the influx of immigrants, people of color more specifically, will lead to the extinction of the white race. I literally lost brain cells just reading that. That has got to be the stupidest, dumbest thing I have ever read in my life. That's the dumbest thing I have ever read in my life. It says Peyton Genderon, the 18-year-old white male accused of killing 10 people and wounding another 3 in Buffalo, allegedly said in his scree that the decree in white birth rates equates to a genocide. The alleged supermarket shooter and other extremists claim the U.S. has to close its borders to immigrants. Jesus. You see now? You see now what having the last guy in White House has done? You see what having the last guy in White House has done? I mean, don't get me wrong, like the guy now who's the replacement ain't no better, but like you see now what is being done now? They've made up some they've made up some conspiracy theory of there being a great replacement. Where did they come up with the statistics for this? Where? This has got to be the dumbest thing I have ever read. The great white replace, bro. This stupid, utter nonsense, disgusting. It's utter nonsense, bro. Utter nonsense, and people have to suffer because of dumbfounded. I'm gonna say it again, because of dumbfounded logic and theories. People have to suffer because of that. People of color have to suffer because of that. You make it even tougher now for somebody. You can't go to church. You can't go to the club. You can't just simply go out to eat. You can't go out on a drive if you're black. I can't even go to the grocery store. Bro, the grocery store where there's food that I want to eat. Country's divided, bro. Country's been divided for a long time now. And I don't ever see it really recovering. I don't really ever see this country really recovering. For real, for real. And then the crazy part is, this is not even the only tragedy that has happened. There have been, I don't know what is going on, but there have been more, like, there was another tragedy that happened in another there was another tragedy that happened in California in a church. In a church, bro. Like, let me look for it real quick. This is, by the way, this is the kid. This is the kid. And you know what he said? He said that they said that Peyton Gendron was suffering from paranoia because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Really? He's the only one suffering from the pandemic somehow? How the hell did we all make it out of the pandemic? But he was suffering so much that he had to go shoot and kill people. Make it make sense, bro. They just coming up with it with anything. They just coming up with anything. This is something that his family said. Like, really, bro? Really? Really? Y'all should go to jail with him. If that's y'all's logic, y'all should go to jail right with him. Talking about COVID-19 caused him to go drive and kill people. Man, stop, stop it. Bro, he deserves the harshest sentence, bro. Just give him lethal injection, bro. Isn't this in New York? Aren't gun laws like harsh? Aren't the penalties for guns in a crime like very harsh in New York? Bro, he should get the harshest. Lethal, give him lethal injection, bro. Like, forget about being locked away. He deserves the harshest penalty possible. Harshest penalty possible. Harshest penalty possible. How is it a 18-year-old is gonna go and unalive 10 people? And then it's people who are older than, some of those people were older than him. It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Every single year in America, there's at least one mass shooting that shakes this country. But it's like, it's not, it's like, it's almost normal now to hear about a mass shooting. It's almost normal to hear about a mass shooting. Why? They've normalized it. It's normal now. What is there? What I would like to know, what is the solution for this? What can what can the president, what, forget about the president, what can Congress, what can the House say that's gonna do anything different about not even just this mass shooting, but the mass shootings that have occurred or will occur, that are taking lives and sacrificing lives? What are they going to say besides thoughts and prayers? What are they going to do in order for something the magnitude of this to stop happening? Is there anything they will do, or will they just go home to their families, have dinner, and watch the news and say, "Oh yeah, hey, it's tragic that that happens," and go to sleep and then mind their business? I don't know, but I do know it's not gonna stop. The hate, it's not gonna stop. the last administration opened up a floodgate of hate that has always been around, but now it's just casually comfortable. A monster has been built and created, and who's to say that monster doesn't get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger? Rest in peace to all the lives lost in Buffalo, and once again, condolences to all that have been affected by the experiences of this tragedy, of the tragedy in California, and all the tragedies across the nation that have happened in the past, like, 3 days. Y'all take it easy.